Kosoto position for the day that we're going over. Like I said, starting last Thursday, we're getting into the our opponent knows what he's doing phase of everything. So that he's starting to not just kind of do some irrational stuff, that he's having actual smart attacks and doing things where you really need to start worrying about your defense, because he might have a good chance of beating you. So we had something last time where he was coming in and we were doing something called a down block or getting into a front headlock, one of those two positions. So we're going to move on with this idea of a down block, but instead of moving to a front headlock, he's going to come around and go into what's called a knee ride. So same idea, he comes in, I get my down block in, and I free my leg. From here, I put some weight into him, and this is what I want. That little piece of room between his foot and his butt, that's all I want. I can get my foot in here, and now I have what's called a knee ride. And now it's actually not bad for me if he gets back to a normal, stable turtle. Because I can now use this to break his posture. Okay? Come over here so I can show it a bit better. Show the camera. So the way it's working, again, I'm here. I've got my down block, free my leg. Just this opening. This opening here is all I need. And I'm going to get this foot into that opening. And I can now use this, because what I'm doing is, as long as his back is straight, he has pretty good stability, especially if he brings his elbows in. Put your elbows over there. Yeah, so now, this is hard for me, okay? I have a really hard time. I'm sure some people might have seen that defensive BJJ video from one of Preet's students. The guy just kind of comes in the turtle and just sits here like, I think actually, he's like this, and he's not moving. And it was really hard for people to get past that, because it's an unusual position. It's not something a lot of people actually do. We can debate on the merits of it later. I don't care about that. But the point is he has a very stable position as long as this spine is straight and he can keep this position. So what I'm trying to do is I want to force the leg out, which immediately breaks his posture. So now he's not in this straight position anymore with his spine, he's kind of like this. And that kills his power. And from there I can use it, and in doing so I'm also getting rid of his base. And in doing so, now I can start to push him over. And notice I keep the knee here. I don't immediately go here, because now we just fix a half. Exactly. Yeah. I want to keep my leg on that upper knee. And then I use that to pass. Okay, so showing that one more time. This way, because I'm just better on it on this side than the other side, so I want to show my good side. Okay, so again, I get the down block, pull my leg out, get some weight on him, and now I've got my hook. And from here, I can just pass. Okay? Any questions? Yes? No? Okay, so let's practice. Partner up. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So next situation, we've got someone who's still a bit better. He's noticing you're kind of blocking some of his movements. So same situation. Over here. So, okay, so same situation. I'm here, and I actually come over here. And this is actually the first moment. If he's sitting nice on his heels and you're having a problem getting the foot exposed, I just grab on the end. You can, especially good if you can grab some toes and just pull. give me as much resistance as you can. Okay? It's when you, the lower down, when you're grabbing the toes and pulling, it's really hard to keep that foot in. So you've got a really good turtle. I just want to point this out here. So again, same sort of situation. And he's really good. This is actually really hard. He's got a really good turtle. If I can go down to the toes, grab some toes, I can get a foot out. Okay? So just a simple note, if he's starting to defend, you can pull out his toes and then you start getting some of the feet out. So the further down on the foot, the better. Yeah. Actually, let's do it on this side instead, because it actually is better. Okay? Okay, so, and I'll block, get the leg out, grab some toes, pull out the foot, and let's say he starts defending here, so I start to pull in, and he can defend by actually shifting his weight a bit in this direction and posting with his arms. Yeah, so now this is actually not as good for me anymore to pull him over, because this is now much weaker. So instead, I get myself a crotch lock. For the camera, I'm just doing a gable grip around the far leg. So, we're here, crotch lock, and I keep the knee line, and now I just sit down. And now I've got side control. Okay, let's do it on this side so we can get both angles. Same leg, okay. Okay, so similar situation, down lock. Come over, pull out a foot, get your knee right, and he starts posting. But when he posts, he opens here, which means I get a crotch ride and can pull him into the side control. Okay? So, not that complicated, but a nice addition. Makes controlling him a lot easier, because this is something you'll notice is that it's, once you start getting into the more complicated parts of this, I don't want to say easy to defend. There are always things your opponent can do to defend, but when he's defending, he's normally going to open up something else that you can then capitalize on. So it's the sort of thing, if I don't want you to keyboard me, I can do this, but now I've exposed this arm and you can go the other way and attack this arm. Or it's just like if you do a lot of stuff, you'll see people who are really good at footlocks. Like you'll have people who will do this to keep you away in the guard, and then they just start footlocking you instead. So when you're defending against one, you're normally going to open up at least one other opportunity, if not 2 or 3. Okay? So just keep that in mind. So, partner up, and then we'll do some sparring.